Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Rolling Hills Farm. Dave here. You can see we've got the truck and a stock trailer hooked up. It's a chilly morning, and today we are taking our steers in to be processed. So the steers are Bart and Dookie, 21-month-old Angus cross steers, grass-fed and then finished on 90 days of corn, oats, and barley. And they're big. We raise our own feed on the farm, mostly hay, but also oats, rye, and barley. It's brought to a feed mill and ground up with added corn and then the correct minerals to promote growth for the steers.
We're going to stop at 28 and then we're going to run the rest into the bin.
From this load, we're taking about half to set aside to be mixed as feed. The elevator has a giant scale for trucks or wagons like ours, and then a series of bins with ingredients that you can mix together. We're adding mineral and molasses as well as corn.
They'll digest some of it.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
I think reasonable.
Okay.
Please. We'll see it. If I don't like it, next time I'll change it.
The grain finish adds just a little extra fat and flavor to the steers. It's something our customers prefer.
You like grain. Here you go. Come on. Come on, Bart.
There you go, boys. You ready to go for a ride? Yeah, you're good boys. Well, they haven't escaped yet.
We're not going to go anywhere.
We're headed to a custom processing facility about 40 miles away. Our longtime butcher retired last year, and this plant has been highly recommended by neighbors. So the beef is double ground in this machine. Goes in a tub here, which loads it up there. The plant is able to reduce staffing and costs by automating processes like the packaging of ground beef. Our customers fill out forms for custom cuts and sizes, which we deliver to the butchers. We typically sell quarters or halves of beef, with customers paying the butchering fees. The price per pound includes some bone, but even with that removed, it's far below store prices, yet the highest quality. Our steers will be slaughtered. The meat will hang for 2 weeks. We'll be back then to pick up boxes of beef for our customers. So with the steers gone now, 2 bits of maintenance on the headgate system. One is to remove the backstop. We'll pull these 4 bolts, and that'll be taken into the barn just to minimize rust and deterioration over the winter. And then we're going to tarp this headgate. Even though it gets greased, we want to kind of minimize deterioration on this expensive piece of equipment. So I'm going to put a tarp over top of it. There, all wrapped up like a big package with a lot of twine onto it, but that should protect the working parts of this headgate for the winter.
Yep. I want to put all of these in one spot. That's big.
Nice truckload of beef. Back home, it's time to get that beef to the customers who are paying for it. The steer's dressed out at 784 pounds and 823, which is pretty good size. After covering the cost of butchering, it allowed us to make just a little more money than we would have if we had sold them as calves. The price of steers at auction is really high, record prices these last couple years, so it's almost more profitable to sell the calves than it is to go to all the trouble of feeding out steers and selling beef. But we like to keep a few customers, loyal customers, supplied with the beef they want. So what makes you want to buy beef right off a farm?
Well, it's local and you know where it's coming from.
So
Support the local farmers.
what's your favorite cut? What's your favorite?
Ooh, I'd have to say my favorite cut right now is probably a tri-tip or the ribeye steak. But I did just have a T-bone. That was really good too.
So what difference do you see between farm beef and store-bought beef?
Well, like this ribeye right here. I mean, these are 1.5 inches thick almost, and there's 2 of them. That's a lot of meat for that. That's better than you're going to get at a butcher shop. Probably a little bit thinner at a butcher shop. The hamburger, you get a better flavor, and it doesn't seem to shrink up as much. I think you're getting less fat. The other part of it is you know what you're getting. I have seen these cows. I know how they're treated. I know they're not getting hormones. I know they're not any antibiotics, any of that stuff. So I know that I'm getting just pure grass-fed beef with some corn finish on them, which makes them taste delicious. We like to, on the steaks, we like to do a reverse sear on them. We get them in the oven, bring them up to maybe 120, somewhere in that area. And then we take them out and sear the 2 sides. Comes out medium rare, which is what we like. And it's a very good product.
You can see Mr. Yellow Tag here, one of the next generation of steers. These guys will be raised to be next year's beef steers, and they've got a good head start. They're putting on weight quickly on this high quality hay, and they're still getting a little bit of a grain ration. We feed the young stock in that creep feeder down there, and so they've all been started on a little bit of grain. But I'll tell you, the real growth will come this summer when the snow's gone and the pasture starts growing out there. And these steers on pasture will explode up in height, and they'll be as big as this cow by next winter when we start thinking about slaughtering again. You can see a lot of the cows are lined up over there because that brush line blocks the wind for them. But the smarter ones are here in the straw, happy out of the wind with all this nice warmth spots to lay down. Here where the gradual anaerobic action, the rotting of this manure and straw, provides just a little heat for them. And of course, they're close to their hay bales. This snow is actually good news. Obviously it'll help with spring moisture, but it gets me ready for our next big project, a base of snow so I can get the skid steer out and start doing some pasture maintenance. The skid steer and the big mower. The snow elevates the mower over top of rocks and hummocks and things so I don't damage that mower. I've got a lot of pasture maintenance to do to cut down native brush and invasives to be ready for spring, which will eventually come. For now, we're just hunkered down dealing with the cold winter and keeping the animals healthy. Thanks for joining us. Back soon with pasture work. Well, there's bad news.
A leaking hydraulic line on the 50/50.